So this week I'm going to talk to you about the semi-rugged Getac S410 laptop. Now the one that I've got setting here is a used unit that's been refurbished. So this is a refurbished Getac laptop. And we're going to talk about the 10 best features that I found just by playing with it for the amount of time that I've had it available for me to use. And I'm going to start from the outside and kind of move our way in, but I really like the handle on the S410. So number 10 for us will be the S410 handle. Now the reason I like it is because if you take a look here, it's nice and flexible, and whenever you grab it, it kind of forms your hand, which is great. Unlike, you know, some of its competitor like the CF54 or FZ55, where it's just a straight metal handle. This one seems to be much more ergonomically designed. Number 9 about this laptop, the 9th best feature I liked, was that it comes standard with a webcam. So it's not a special order, and you don't have to worry about whether or not the S410 has the webcam, because there it is. Now the only thing I would have added to it would have been the little privacy shutter that would slide across. But in any case, at least it has a webcam. Number 8 is surprisingly very quiet while running. So the fan is an extremely quiet fan. So you end up with a nice quiet running machine as compared to some of the other semi-rugged laptops in the same class. So for number 7, I got to talk about the battery life. And as with any laptop, batteries are important, and I really like this Getac S410's battery because in the real world application, from what I've been reading on the web, they say it should last a good 5 hours. Now I will tell you, I've tested it, and did it last 5 hours? I didn't run it for 5 hours straight, but I did use it on a regular basis for a couple of days, and I never had to worry about a charge on the battery. So it does come with some pretty good batteries. The other thing I want to talk about is the trackpad. So number 6 is the trackpad. And if you take a look at this, I'm going to angle it up here for you. The trackpad is right here, and it's got 2 mouse buttons right below it. I like this trackpad because A, it's bigger than its competition. So the CF54 trackpad is slightly smaller. Now, as far as usability, they're basically the same kind of resistive touchpad that you would come to expect on a ruggedized laptop. But I like it's a really nice touchpad. So number 5. And I'm going to leave it angled here because number 5 is all about the P1 and the P2 buttons, which you see on Getac typically has this on their models. The P1 and P2 buttons do special functions, and currently what these do is P1 will toggle the screen on and off. So you push the P1 to darken the screen, push it again to bring the screen back up. That's good in a situation where you might be in a police car in the dark and you don't want the light shining inside your cabin. And that makes it nice as far as that's concerned. The P2 button toggles the sunlight readability on the screen. So if you're in the bright sunlight and you want to be able to read it, you toggle the sunlight readability on by pressing the P2 button. That's some nice feature on this S410. Number 4. So number 4 is going to be the port covers. And you know, I always talk about port covers on all the laptops that I talk about on this video. But I got to tell you, the S410 port covers are really robust. They come with rubber seals, which on a semi-rugged laptop, that's rare. So this gives you a little more protection against misting water or a dusty situation. You close that up, it's going to seal up that port so nothing gets in there to interrupt the ports. It's across the board all the way around. You know, this is like the RJ45 jack port. Again, rubber seal. The rubber seal is something that the CF54 or the FZ55 does not have. So that's a nice feature on this Getac. Number 3, and I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, but it's going to be the backlit keyboard. Now, I like this keyboard. It's slightly better than maybe the CF54's keyboard, but the backlight is still just as dim, and it's not going to be as bright as you would expect. But again, the keyboard is very responsive. It could use a little bit bigger arrow keys down here in the bottom right hand corner, because the up and down is very close between the side left to right. But other than that, I like the keyboard, and again, I love the P1 and P2 buttons up here. That's the keyboard. Now, let's talk about the screen, because this is number 2 on my list of the top 10. The screen is a glossy finish screen, and it has a resolution of 1366 by 768, which is pretty standard for a semi-rugged laptop in this class. I mean, it's basically the same as your CF54. So there's not too much you can say about it. It is a daylight readable screen at 1000 nits, which is fantastic. I like the daylight readability on this screen. Now, number 1 on my list is definition of semi-rugged. A semi-rugged laptop, when compared across all manufacturers, what I like about this is it's a semi-rugged plus laptop. So I'm going to call it a semi-rugged plus, because look at this thing. I mean, it's built to last. It's got rubber bumpers on the corner, which its competition doesn't have. You only see these typically on the fully rugged models. And again, I'm going to talk about the port covers having that rubber seal to keep dust and moisture out. Now, it's not as water resistant as, say, your fully rugged models, but it certainly can keep mist and light rain and that sort of thing from getting into your ports. That's what I got for you today, guys. That's my top 10 on this refurbished Getac laptop, the S410. Check it out on our website. In the meantime, leave me your comments, let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next week.